Alright guys, what's up? We're gonna go over these changes that we saw in the Grand Balance Patch video. We saw a lot of new changes in the video that were kind of like, it was kind of teased to us. There's probably way more than this. They said that there will be over 100 changes to attacks. So I just want you guys to understand that they're making really huge changes for the game. And of course, there's going to be system changes like the guard cancel changes and rolling. We're going to see a lot. So definitely be sure to tune in on my channel, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload more DNF videos. And please like the video, comment down below so that way it gets pushed through the algorithm and people can see that there are changes that are happening for the game. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go through each of these changes that we see one by one. So the first change we see here is that after command grab, so after Berserker lands his command grab, which is basically, it could be his command grab, it could be anything, right? Like, we see that he does dive after. You see that dive kick? This is, I believe, is 2S. He could OTG with it now. He wasn't able to do that before. Now he's able to. So he could 2S and pick you up and OTG you. So that's one of the first changes. The next change here is that Inquisitor, she could cancel her bottle toss. So she could cancel the bottle toss, which puts the debuff for all of her fire attacks. She can cancel this bottle into her 6S, which is her command dash, which means that she could combo from it. This is another aspect of her that's going to really like change how characters are going to be able to try to approach her, because when she throws 5ms, the Molotov, that's another factor of like her being able to convert from the fire or putting you in block strings. And when she throws this bottle at you, you're going to try to approach her because you think she's doing the fire Molotov. So this adds another mind game for people to worry about when they fight Inquisitor. Ranger, for Ranger, his 6M, right? So his 6MS, the one where he flips into the air, can be canceled into Rainstorm. See that? And then JM, you can see right after. Usually JM would knock down. It would be a soft knockdown. Now this is a crumple, which means he's going to be able to get a combo after. So you could throw the grenade and then get a combo. Dragon Knight can cancel her 5S into 6S. And then after that, she does Fireball. You see that? Normally, she can't do this. If she whiffs 6S, she can't do anything after. But now she can do 5S and then whiff cancel the 6S into her air Fireball, which allows her to combo after. They kind of show Lost Warrior getting hit. See? So that definitely is going to continue the combo. So for Hitman, the 2S, you see that this is probably a universal change, but because we're gonna see this several times in the video for other characters, but Hitman can convert his 2S into a jump cancel and continue the combo. There's gonna be something that every character will be able to potentially do, since we see 2 other characters do it in the video. For Kunoichi, she can cancel her 6S. So this would be her kunais into her teleport, which is able to bait out roll. You see that? And one other thing to note here is you see how fast Ghost Blade recovers from the roll? They might have decreased the recovery on rolls overall, which they did mention in terms of some of the defensive options. See that? So that's just another thing to kind of note there. So Enchantress, there's another one just like Hitman where she could jump cancel her 2S. See that? The other thing too is her JS has 20 frames of recovery. Her 20 frames of recovery for JS has been changed to 11 frames. See that? So she could do 2 of them. See? And it OTGs and picks up. Usually she could only do 1 JMS. You see that? She would only get 1, and then the second one would meaty, right? But this second one actually will hit and cause a combo. See that? So that's really important because they changed the frame data. They made the JS faster. And the Mad 2M no longer it no longer does a soft knockdown. Now it's a hard knockdown. So you're gonna see the Mad 2M. See how it caused a hard knockdown there? That move right there. It's a hard knockdown. See that? Vanguard has all of access to his armor moves without having to worry about doing like, any other special move. You see that? So you see how the 5M right here, he can go into all the brandish follow-ups after pressing 5M. He doesn't have to like immediately do the move. Like he doesn't have to do 5M. See that? He can just immediately go into the armor move. You see? He's canceling the 5M, but without it having to actually do the move. See? So that is a buff. Before he had to wait for 5M to fully like do its animation before doing the armor, but now he can just do it raw. So that's gonna be really good for Vanguard. And he got combo off of 5M, 6M, and 6M also wall bounces. So see how the 6M wall bounces? That never wall bounced before. So this is gonna increase his combo ability mid-screen. So Vanguard's gonna actually be a problem. Ghostblade. So Ghostblade can cancel his 2M. Ghostblade can cancel his 2M straight up into his teleport, if I'm correct. His 2S and the 2M. See that? So you cancel his 2S into teleport. See? The other thing too is that he can jump cancel 2M. Let me see if I can pull this up here. See? It either might be a jump cancel or he might have less recovery on the teleport. Personally, I think it might just be less recovery. But it looks like it's one fluid motion. When I go frame by frame, so if I were to go frame by frame here and you were to see the teleport, see how he immediately jumps? He's going into pre-jump frames. See that? After the teleport. So it's possible that he could jump cancel right after. Crusader can cancel his 5A into counters. So it says counter. Now this could be that he could cancel his 5A also into other moves, but it's primarily the counter that we see here, which baits the guard cancel that Inquisitor is doing. Now for Launcher, she has a multitude of changes to show that, yeah, nah, she's getting buffed. She's like the worst character in the game, so she definitely needed a lot of these changes that you're going to see. First and foremost, 2S is jump cancelable. Like I said, her, Enchantress, and Hitman, all three of them seem to all have jump cancelable 2S's, which make me believe that every character in the game can jump cancel their 2S now. Not just a few characters. Like, Striker could cancel her 2S, right? Some characters could cancel their 2S, but it might be across the board that everybody could cancel their 2S into a jump. So, that's the first thing, right? Next, her JS now hard knocks down. This laser is now a hard knockdown. It's not a soft knockdown. And then 6M also OTGs. See that? So it picks up after, which means that Launcher will get a higher damage mid-screen conversion, something she never had in the base game. So I'm letting you guys know, like, she's definitely going to do more damage mid-screen, and she's going to be something that she's going to be very, very difficult to just be like, oh, well, I'll just take the hit. Who cares, right? Now you actually have to worry about it with Launcher. And coupled with the fact that her JS is now a hard knockdown, it'll allow her to zone a little bit better and take space effectively. Because look at how far the JS goes, and this is a hard knockdown situation. Like, just think about that. She'll be able to close distance a little bit easier. The other thing too about her 2S, right? Not only is it jump cancelable, but if you notice here, right, the 2S, if we go frame by frame, this jump in is extremely deep, and troubleshooters JB is a very strong normal. So the fact that this button is anti-airing it the way it is should tell you something, right? Like, it should tell you that it has a lower hurt box potentially, which makes it a much better anti-air as a result. Now, if you notice, one other thing about Launcher's 6M, this move, she immediately runs after it if we go frame by frame. See? She's immediately running right after. There's no neutral animation. In this game, again, this video is in 60 frames per second. So, yeah, no, like, she literally doesn't go back to neutral. So she might be able to immediately move after her 6M, or she might actually just have no recovery after the 6M. Whichever or. I personally just think it's the former, that she could just run after the 6M. Now, Lost Warrior, you probably just immediately saw. So, with Lost Warrior, 5S is air okay now, which means that he could do this move in the air. He doesn't have to just do it on the ground. This might actually have a lot of applications, because not only will it be a combo tool, but it might also be used maybe for conversion and traversing around the screen a little bit better using conversion. So it definitely will get, you know, creative, and it'll definitely be creative for a lot of people to try out with Lost Warrior. The other thing too, you see here that it says upgraded evade. I just want to go back further and let you guys understand again. When Ghostblade rolled against Kunoichi's kunais, he immediately recovered after the roll. So you're gonna see, right? Like, he's rolling, 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 right? And then immediately he does his button, which means he could block after this. So he could have blocked this 5M. So all I'm trying to tell you is that they definitely did something to the rolls. Maybe they increased, or maybe they decreased the recovery time on rolls, which could be good. In any event, Swiftmaster does his DP, and he can cancel the DP into other skills, I believe. Maybe he could just do his DP into Wind Orb, or it might be only on hit that he could cancel his DP. I hope that's the case where he can, it's just on hit, because if it's on block, then he might really be good again. But yeah, he could cancel his DP into mana skills. That's what it looks like. It might just be on hit, or it might just be in general. We'll see. But that's one of the main buffs that we see here. He also has a new Awakening passive that we see here that buffs his mana gain. If you notice on the right, you'll see, right, his mana regen rate has increased. So you see, like, on the top, it has the little vial. This is something that characters like Dragon Knight have, where they have the vial which increases their mana regen rate. So that's what it looks like. These two things are probably buffs, and I'm wondering if the DP into special moves might be something that he only gets in Awakening. I'm interested to find out about that. But he's definitely getting more mana regen than normal, which means that in order to access all the cool stuff he had pre-patch, before the patch we're in now, in order to access vanilla Swiftmaster, basically, you have to be losing. You have to be losing. So now for Troubleshooter, 4M has much lower recovery. So his 4M, if you can see here, this would be his mind. You see that? Look at his mind. You see that? So he gets much lower recovery here, which means he could go straight into his 5MS. So he could never do this before. He could never do this before because he had too much recovery from the mines. This might also mean that he could potentially combo off of grab if possible. I'm not sure. Like off the mines a little bit more effectively. But generally speaking, all this buff does is it allows for him to combo after the 4MS very effectively. That's what this shows. And then 6MS, which is the move he does, which is the shotgun blast, only needs one hit for the wall bounce. He won't need to do all 3 hits, which is really good, right? Especially if you're trying to play in Firewall War. For Grappler, now his 5M and 6M can be canceled into each other. So you're going to see he does 5M and then 6M. This may mean that he is able to cancel into special moves like Striker can. Like Striker could cancel special into special. Grappler might be able to do the same. And part of me is thinking this because he has a new Awakening buff. You see that? He has a new Awakening buff on the top here. But I don't know if this is with him being able to cancel specials into specials, or it might be a completely new buff that we don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see. And then the final change from my baby girl Striker, as you can see here, she can Kara cancel, she can whiff cancel her 6S. See this? She can Kara cancel her 6S into Mountain Pusher, into her 6MS. See that? Which means that her Mountain Pusher, which only went half screen, now has more effective range. Her 6MS, her 6MS now has more effective range as a result, because she could cancel her 6S into 6MS, like she could Kara cancel it. And 6S is her furthest reaching normal. You have to remember that. 6S is her furthest reaching normal that goes past the mid-screen range that she plays at. So this is very good for dealing with fireballs from further ranges. So, yeah, she basically has a lariat. So, yeah. That's all the changes that we saw in the Grand Balance patch. There's obviously going to be more changes that will come along that we'll probably see in a patch note. I don't want to make any more assumptions than what I already see in the video and what we found. And also, we'll see when the patch notes drop what other things have changed. Again, like always, please, please, please sub if you want to see more DNF Duel videos. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about the game now that we have all these new changes. And like the video. Please push this video in the algorithm so people can see that DNF Duel is very much and indeed alive. See you guys in the next one. Peace.